Oh man, do I love food. The LA Times even took notice after I ate at Hugo's nearly every day for 32 years. It was just blocks from my home in West Hollywood. And now I've moved to the Motion Picture and Television Fund here in Woodland Hills, and my obsession for good meals continue to simmer. Join me as I explore our food options here on the Wasserman campus. Hi everyone, it's Phil Gittleman, your original foodie. I'm on the back lot, if you will. I'm at the back of my cottage here on the campus of the Motion Picture and Television Fund. I get asked a lot of questions, being the foodie that I am, and many of the residents have the same question. They like to know about the food on the campus, and they critique it, and well, it's not so bad, but they critique it like a movie. And, you know, we try to explain to them that, this is living the life. And that's what I'm attempting to do here. So I had an aberration the other day. I said, with all these questions about food, there must be someone on this incredible campus that I can talk to that really knows the ins and outs. Oh my God, if it isn't, oh my God, it looks like Chef Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our new chef, Chef Dan.
Hello, Phil.
Chef, welcome to our show.
Well, thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable.
It's great to be here.
Chef, thanks for coming to the show. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you bet.
And now I can get some of my fellow inmates off my back. You've got to answer some of these questions.
Of course.
First, they're very interested in you. They want to know where you came from.
Okay.
Not only where you were born, but where you came from in the food chain.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Michigan, East Lansing, and I moved out here when I was about 21. So I've been out here more than half my life now, in Southern California, and worked in all kinds of restaurants and all over the industry, hotels, and most recently, I kind of discovered the business and industry part of it. A biotech company called Amgen up the street in Thousand Oaks. And I was there for about 6 years as their district chef. And I moved over here with the same company, our food service provider on campus here, but a slightly different division, more the healthcare division. So it's kind of a new learning curve for me, but it's very entertaining and kind of, it's something new I'm learning. So
the buck stops with you now. And so so if we want to get our dinner served hot, we have to ask you to please serve our dinners hot.
Well, yeah, we have a great team here on campus, so as executive chef, I kind of oversee a lot of what's going on here between all the dining halls and catering and the events that are put on here on campus. There's a lot going on.
Sure.
So it keeps me on my toes for sure. But like I said, there's a great team here who have been here for a lot of years, really have a good handle on what they're doing, and very dependable. So
I've noticed on some of the plates, the presentation of the food is different than it was.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and more tempting.
Yeah.
If you will.
I believe that you eat with your eyes first, right?
Yeah,
before you ever sink your teeth into the food.
That's right. And food here has always been a question. And our food, I understand from my people that our budget for food alone runs between $1.5 and $1.7 million a year.
Wow, I'm not even familiar with those figures, but that sounds pretty like a healthy budget there.
And you've got a clientele here who feels they have all eaten at Chasen's, so that they should have the most immediate service.
Yeah.
And that everything should be absolutely to their liking. But when push comes to shove, and I'm here, March will be 3 years.
Okay.
And we've been doing these foodie shows on all sorts of food subjects. And I've been gaining weight along with my celebrityism. And I just, I have to stay in my cottage because my fans they're all over the place. But coming from and being in food service, teamwork, and that's the key.
Yeah.
The key that the order is taken, the order is put in, the order is put up, and the person picks it up, all in a timely fashion where the food is hot, and so that hot food is served hot and cold food is served cold.
Right.
And we have our brunches. You know, the last yes, you've seen a brunch.
Oh yeah.
And those are always fabulous.
Those are nice.
Those are always nice. And you've seen a lot of the special stuff that we have. And what would you like the residents to know about you?
I'm here for them. So I love feedback, you know, and tell me about what kind of experience they're looking for with food. You know, I'm more than happy to do my best to provide that. You know, I think food's a great way for people in general to live their lives by. You know, it's
wonderful.
It's a wonderful thing. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
And to get to experience that with all these great people here, you know, it's a neat experience, and I'm blessed.
Chef, tell me, I know you haven't been here an awful long time, but have you found some things interesting on this campus that is different than you've entered into before?
Oh, for sure. It's a lot different. Here it's kind of another notch up, you know. The requirements that go into producing the food here, you know, the nourishments that are created here, purees for certain diets and stuff like that. So it's definitely a little bit more unique than a regular setting of a restaurant or, you know, the business and industry side of it. Parties you guys throw here are really great. You know, there's a lot of effort and thought that gets put into it.
There's a lot of people. We have a core group of volunteers, about 150 of them.
That's amazing.
It truly is, and without them, it would be difficult. And everything else, there's no place, you won't find anything like this anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
It's the only campus like this anywhere. And you will also never find so many movie critics at your table. And you will be critiqued and critiqued and critiqued. But on behalf of all the residents, I thank you for coming, and I look forward to eating anything you prepare. And
Thank you.
I thought, ladies and gentlemen, this was a sweet little segment, but hang in with us because we're really got a sweet presentation for you. Thank you, Chef.
You bet, my pleasure. It's good to be here.
Thank you. I promised you a sweet treat, and when Rachel Reef was out on medical leave, we had a lovely young lady by the name of Anna Kay. Anna and her husband Armin, as I found out, own a very special ice cream palace called the Igloo Parlor. And when she told me about how they serve the ice cream, I knew this was an adventure that we'd have to take. So off we went to Sherman Oaks, California, to the Igloo Parlor owned by Anna and Armin Kasablian. I never walked into an ice cream parlor like this. I knew from looking around that it wasn't just going to be ice cream on a cone. It was going to be a presentation.
It's as simple as just pouring it on.
I couldn't resist the Igloo Chino, a blend of espresso topped with crunchy English toffee and drizzled with chocolate. What is underneath it?
Underneath the pan is an industrial freezer. It is basically goes from room temperature to negative 25 degrees Celsius in a matter of about 3 minutes. I would say each ice cream would take, each machine to take about 5 minutes from beginning to order to end.
Very unique, very fresh, very different.
Roughly, our technique adds maybe 10 to 15% air versus cream. So a lot of it is actually cream. That's why when you taste it, it's very buttery, it's very creamy. It's kind of like almost like peanut butter off the tongue.
How do you come up with the recipe?
Well, a week before we were going to open, we ordered, I would say, somewhere around 80 gallons of cream. And what would happen is we sat down and we started making each and every one. We decided every fruit. We had everything from dragon fruit to mochi balls as ingredients. And we just mixed and matched, mixed and matched. I think we went through over 20 gallons of ice cream tasting before we got to the point where we couldn't have a single bite anymore. We were just done. We started calling people out from the street to come in and try out these interesting flavors and give us feedback and tell us what we thought of them. But as far as the Igloo Chino, I knew I had to have a coffee flavored ice cream. You can build your own ice cream. Since everything starts from scratch, you can choose what goes inside of it, on top of it, in between it. And we'll build it exactly how you like it. And the amount of toppings and ingredients we have, you can make a mixture of thousands of different types.
Sure.
They just see the technique. They're like, fresh is what they come for, but the flavor brings them back. When you eat, the first time you eat fresh ice cream, it's extremely different than the one that was frozen weeks on end in the freezer.
Sure.
And you can just initially taste that flavor difference. I don't think I know a nation that doesn't have ice cream in their menu. And I know everybody loves ice cream. As a kid, as an adult, there's no age range. You don't grow out of ice cream.
No, and fortunately,
And we're all done. It goes pretty easily, doesn't it, once you start rolling?
it is, and it's really quite good, and that's a nice package.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to say thank you once again to Chef Dan for letting us get to know him. And thank you to Anna and her husband Armand for allowing us to come to their igloo. And we hope that you will visit them at their Igloo Parlor very soon. This is your original foodie signing off. Till we eat again. Cranberry juice.
I'm sorry.
Come on.